under barn lights, the midway lows, kids with cotton candy and sunburned noses. The Ferris wheel spins, slow and tall. You can hear the laughter from the tilt-a-whirl call. Families gathered, hand in hand, on this patch of Jackson County land. It's barn lights and fair nights, the smell of fresh hay, farm animals lined up, ribbons on display. The rumble of a tractor pull, engines roaring pride, barn lights and fair nights where memories reside. A boy leads his calf, head held high, dreaming of that blue ribbon prize. The rodeo's wild, the cowboys hold tight, while the dumb old derby crashes into the night. The ice cream melts, but the smiles stay at the heart of a good old county fair day. It's barn lights and fair nights, the smell of fresh hay, echoes of laughter, ribbons on display. The rumble of a tractor pull, engines roaring pride, barn lights and fair nights where hearts don't hurt. The ice cream melts, but the smiles stay at the heart of a good old county fair day. It's barn lights and fair nights, the carousel spins, echoes and laughter where the fun begins. Trucks pull hard, kicking up the dirt, barn lights and fair nights where hearts don't hurt. Where hearts don't hurt.
Check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2 again. Nothing? Nobody can hear me? Check. Check 1, 2. I don't know which one is which.
It turns orange when I have it down. So does that?
Hello?
Now it's red. Green.
Hello?
You want to play with it? Or you can tape it too if you'd like.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, these are slippery. It's green. Just not connected. Like sinks. These are also busting at you.
Girl, I don't know. Here, there's more. This is just
You're gonna give me tetanus.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Check. I'm checking. I'm checking the mic. And I'm checking the mic this way too. Nobody can hear me. Yes, you can see it.
When the button's one way, it's green. When the button's the other way, it's orange.
Check.
Nothing? It's orange, so does that mean it's on hold? When you go up, it turns green.
nope. Oh, I see.
Hello?
Long time no see. I was going to say, long time no see. Did you guys yesterday, they have to go up there and turn
Hello?
I have no idea. Sarah had everything, like, set up.
Now is it working? Hello?
And then shut off. And then work. And then shut off. So by the end, we ended up just...
Hello?
No, Olivia wanted really bad.
I think we're on hold.
one just has like a blue light on it.
And now I'm checking it again.
But Andrea got it.
Can anybody hear me? Hello.
Yep. Gill, medium A, gill should be medium A barrel.
I have it switched. If you.
Got it?
Oh no, this is my copy. Like a real copy? Oh hell yeah!
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm looking at right
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
Yeah,
Becky
this is
came
one
up
that
and was
needs
like,
updated. I thought I texted her.
No, I'm trying to fuck shit up today. Ain't nobody yelling at me. Nothing. That's debatable. Yes.
I was gonna say we got here and everything was
Hello.
check.
Hello again. What about now?
That's I pushed that. Yeah, it turns blue and then sometimes it turns red. Yeah.
Check.
Because these ones were off too. But
Hello.
yep, it's working. I got it.
Yep. Yep.
What did you do?
I don't know.
No,
You know, it's blinking red.
but now let's.
Really embarrassing, but it wasn't turned on. That's what I thought. The thing that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So we do have to start something
Yeah,
on.
thank you.
Tomorrow, are you here? Tomorrow too?
I know.
Well, you'll be here.
Can you hand me
So
that
if
one?
they have issues,
I know.
Check.
Oh, I have it muted.
Okay, down.
Jackson County Swine Show. Today we're going to get started with our open class, and this is a group of market hogs that we'll be starting with. We should have 10 entries in this class.
Well, let's see if
That's
the mic-
really loud.
Let's see if the. Well, yesterday it was really delayed. Like I'd be talking to
She
like,
sounded like she was talking slow.
and because she's like, "Why are you talking so slow?" I'm like,
Oh boy.
like
It sounded like you were.
it was
on the phone.
like it sounded like I'm like,
Oh boy. I'm
Cool.
sure that was annoying for you.
We only
um,
have 2 copies. Do you know where the rest of them are? Like they're I think they made.
because well they
They
had
have
to
the
make,
old copies, but
Yeah.
we had to make changes, so we only have 2 copies of the new ones. What? It's all in the book.
where
I'm sorry. Which mom is that? That Jordan's mom?
not a freaking puzzle. Dan, Grand and Reserve then? For
It's 5 for showmanship, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
so is
5.
this showmanship or is
Or
this
no, market class. We think what I was saying. I had half of it right.
so
Market
what?
class is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. There's one.
But for
So
open?
one red, one blue, and
Yes.
okay, so
Oh, that's so fun.
Yep. When we do the showmanship, what I told her is if for that one, if she wants to give them all blues, she can. We just need to pick our
Okay.
champion.
Yep.
Yep. Because Marla yelled at me that we did all blues last year. Plus,
That was me. So I have no shame in it.
so for market class is premium. So with all the state stuff, only 5 can get it. Where TV showmanship is ribbon, so you could do all blues.
Okay. So for reserve and grands, I'm gonna have reserve and grand barrel.
Yep.
Reserve
Well,
and
no,
grand-
top 5 Grand and Reserve for each. Top
okay,
5.
But then am I gonna have grand in reserve grand known also?
Yes.
5.
No, just Grand and Reserve. Okay, so so you said top 5, but
it's 4, right? I mean, oh, unless we get a purple.
then would I do a get rid of because I don't get.
I don't know. I think just do that.
I think just give them all blue ribbons.
Well, they are so darn cute out there.
Oh my God, John
I don't think we could have asked for any better weather today for a hog show. Excited to be over here in Jackson County. Great set of exhibitors out here today doing a wonderful job. Let's give them a round of applause for the great job these kids are doing. We need to pick a top 5 here. And there's one that when she came through the gate, I thought this is one I could use. She's heavy bone, she moves well, she's good condition, a good front end extension, square coming and going. This little lady right here is going to be the champion. We're going to follow that up with another gilt. Balances really well, heavy bone moves well, good look. It's a breed I'm very fond of. And the Duroc over here in the corner is going to be reserved. For third, there's a pig out here that's packing as much power as anyone. Wide base, big back from blade to hip. If we could square her up behind and get her a little more safer with the inner self, she can move up. But this black gilt here is going to be third. Thank you. And then for fourth, it comes a little bit closer for me. There's a pig out here that maybe could use a little more center, a little more body, but I think the rest of her fits a market wall well. She's good look, she's sound. The young lady does a great job driving her. This will be your fourth. And for fifth, we could go a few different ways. There's a few white gilts out here that are very good, sound built hogs, but probably a little past their prime. And so to me, the next one that fits the market hog that we're looking for today is a young lady with the blue barrow over in the corner. Good job.
To Charlotte Noodleman, getting first in that class. Second, Felix Forstein. Third, Bentley Kling. Fourth, Millie Crivets. And fifth, Lavina Bush. Nice job, exhibitors. Coming into the ring now, we have our Pee Wee showmanship. After we'll move into our junior market show.
Again, I think these kids deserve another round of applause. So many of these guys did a great job. I was told to pick one, and I'm gonna pick the individual who kept the eye contact with me the most, did a good job of trying to get their pig seen, and that's gonna be the young man with the spotted pig right here.
Being this year's top Pee Wee showman. He received a banner sponsored by Jackson Electric Cooperative. All other exhibitors also received a blue ribbon, and we encourage them to continue showing in years to come. Coming into the ring now, we will be starting with our junior market show, and we'll be starting with our barrows. Our first class is our lightweight A barrows. These barrows are ranging from 179 to 211 pounds. Bringing their hogs into the ring, I'd like to introduce our judge today. Our judge is Julie Vorpagel from Adams, Minnesota. Julie and her husband, along with their 4 children, own and operate Diamond V Genetics. They raise crossbreds, Durocs, Hamps, Burks, Tamworths, and Polands. Julie is a graduate of the University of Wisconsin River Falls and a former member of their judging team. She is actively involved in the show pig industry. She currently serves as the swine chair for the Minnesota Youth Livestock Expo and was a founding member of the Minnesota Youth Swine Series. In addition to raising and exhibiting show pigs, she owns Be Creative company doing graphic design and specializing in livestock awards and banners. Thank you, Julie, for joining us and helping us with our swine show this year. Welcome to Jackson County.
I'm gonna guess maybe even their litter mates. Very similar in type. I'm gonna start with this young man's barrow. They both do a lot of the same things. Look is good, they're square, plenty of shape and rib. This guy just has a nickel more bone, a little more elevated. And today he fits the part, followed closely by this barrow. He's moderate, a little shorter sided, which I like. Plenty of shape, but as I said, this one has a slight advantage in bone and a slight advantage in elevation, but a very nice pair of barrels. Congrats to both of them.
Blaken with a first blue and Parker Blaken with a second blue. Coming into the ring now, we have our medium weight A barrels. These barrels are ranging from 230 to 242.
This was B. Sorry, 222.
Another really good class in here today, and there's a pig that when he hit the ring, I thought there's one I can use, and as I took time to look through them all, he's still the one I want to use. Ideally, I'd like to freshen up his head and neck and trim him up a little bit, but this young man with a floral pattern shirt has the best barrow in my opinion. He's heavy bone, he handles it well, he has plenty of product down his back, and enough extension up front. We're gonna follow him, this young man in the blue stripes. Barrow is presented very well. I appreciate that. A lot of product, a lot of width. He maybe doesn't like the surface in here as well. If we could change how we moved him off those rear legs and square him up, he could definitely be in the hunt for first in this class. Will be the young man here with a wide belted hog. barrel that has a lot of product. Angles are right. He moves well when he wants to go. We just need to give him a little more definition and trim him up as far as cover to move him up in the class. We're going to follow next with a young lady in the striped shirt. Her barrel has the most product of the next few we're going to talk about. We just need to fix how he moves off his rear third, how he handles the rear legs. And the last two barrels in the class are real similar. We just need to see a little more product, a little more shape and definition down their top and through their ham, and add a shot of bone. Thank you.
Weight A barrel class, we had William Blaken with a first blue, Drew Stetzer with a second blue, Brady Blaken with a third blue, Annette Streff with a first red, Elizabeth Scallett with a second red, and Tate Yeske with a third red. Coming into the ring now, we have our medium weight B barrels. These hogs are ranging from 232 to 263.
Okay, the quality just keeps on coming. There's a barrow out here that I think came to play. His skin and hair is good. He's short back. He's good chested. He runs uphill. He has a huge back and he functions on a big set of bones. This young man with a belted pig is going to win the class. We're going to follow it up with a young lady over here in the Paisley. Her pig, I like that it gets out and goes a little at a faster speed. He's extended, he's big back, he's sound, he's square. This guy just outdoes him in upper rib cage, and I like the length of body a little better in the class winner. Third place is going to be the young man with the off-belt pig. He did a great job on skin and hair and presentation. He's a sound pig with enough product, body, just a real balanced pig, but maybe doesn't have that extras of the barrels and head of him. Young lady in the green has my problem pig because I love the bone. The angle to the rear leg is good. I like the length, the side, the look. Unfortunately, he's got some glands and lymph nodes that have popped up and kind of give him a not as clean of an appearance. It happens, I get it. There's not much you can do. But today in this class, that's where he'll land. Really complete, lots of shape, handles it well. When I told her he's just a little too shallow bodied and we need to add some more center dimension to match his length of body. But I appreciate the soundness and the bone in the product that one offers. This guy here offers a little more body, and I like his top shape. He moves well. I like his speed. We just need to add a little bit more structure for the ground up to play with some of the barrels ahead of him. And the young lady does an excellent job driving them. Same thing can be said for this one, a really robust centered, big back hog, fairly sound. We just need a bigger foot, add a little bit more structure to him to make him play a little bit higher. And then as we roll down here, this barrow, like the product, like the bone, he's just got an issue in his hocks today. They're a little puffy, and with that kind of changes how he moves off of them. I'm going to round out the class with two that are very productive, good doing kind of hogs. Just need to add a little bit more feature to them and the shape up high. Congratulations.
Receiving the first blue, Macy Casper with a second blue, Oakley Settlebauer with a third blue, Sadie Brown with a fourth blue, Rand Rusick with a first red, Emma Campen with a second red, Sean Stetzer with a third red, Morgan Bird with a first white, Emmett Settlebauer with a second white, and Elizabeth Scallett with a third white. Coming into the ring now, we have our medium weight seed barrels. These barrels are ranging from 265 to 274.
impressed by the quality that keep coming out class after class. There's several barrels even. Some of them went down the line a little bit when they first came. I said, I can go with this. I can use this one. But the quality kept coming and coming, and it's a very deep class. For me, though, I had no doubt I was going to use the young lady's belted barrel across the ring to win. He's the short back, burly up high, big-legged, big-chested show barrel today. The young lady does a great job driving them. Skin and hair is great as well. We're going to follow that with the young man over here. Another barrel that has a good set to his rear leg. He's sound. He's opened up. Probably doesn't handle the surface quite as well in the front feet. That can change surface to surface. I'm not going to bury him for it today. But a barrel that offers a lot of good, but maybe not quite the short back and the up high spread that the class winner uses. And in third is this young lady's barrel, a little bit longer body, bigger profile, and that's okay. That's a hype and kind some guys like to use. I like the bone. He handles it well, and you get right back behind him. He doesn't have the whip through his stifle and shape that the barrel above them have, but a lot of good things in a barrel that handles himself very well. This young lady has a barrel that maybe just doesn't like this surface today, and I wish I could get him out and get him to move because I think he does a lot of things well, but he's pretty hesitant out here, and he wants to get just a little bit dippy through his spine from time to time as he's going. So if we could shorten him up a little bit and make him a little more comfortable, I think there's a lot of good things about that barrel. You can bring out the next couple. I think these two black barrows do a lot of the same things. They're productive, they're square, they have enough shape and rib and body that they're just kind of outdone on the ESTs of the barrels above them. Like to give them a shot more bone and a little bit more eye appeal through the front third, but a very good pair of barrels. And we can bring everybody out now. So as we get down here, I talk to each of these kids individually. Black barrel here needs just a little more expression up high, stouting them up. And the bottom two barrels look like very, very productive kind. Looks like they grew well, plenty of body. We just need a little more shape and structure and expression today.
To Taylor Laufenberg receiving a first blue, Adam Mossman with a second blue, Sadie Brown with a third blue, Julia Brown with a fourth blue, Jordan Olson with a first red, Travis Olson with a second red, Tate Yeske with a third red, Lyric Rosfold with a first white, and Ella Rosfold with a second white. Coming into the ring now, we have our heavyweight A barrels. These hogs are ranging from 275 to 285.
Well, I think I talked myself in and out of each one of these three, and at any given time, they were my class winner. As I study them, though, one just kind of keeps setting themselves apart, and that's this young lady here in the black. She's got the most base whip going away from you and coming, and keeps it square and a lot of shape down her back. I wish he'd get another gear, but I get it. New surface, a lot of different things. These two were the closer pair for me the more I studied them. Went back and forth on them, but I'm going to use the belted hog for second. Ideally, I'd like to give him a little bit more pin width and width through his stifle, and maybe crisping him up high a little bit. But he's sound, he moves well, he's square, he's good presentation, good head carriage. He's going to be my second. This third barrow, if we pick him up on his, all four actually, he's down, a little front and back, I could use this barrow to win the class because there's a lot of good about him. I like the set to his rear leg. I like his shape. He's a fun color, which always helps. And I'm sure at a lighter weight, he was maybe a little bit better there, but that's going to keep him in third today. And this young man has an ultra-productive, big-centered, really sound and square barrel. We just need to trim him up. He's maybe a little over-conditioned today, and give him a little bit stouter skull up front. Another fun-colored blue barrel that's sound and does the basics. We'd like to jack him up where his neck ties into his blade to a little better head carriage, and then he needs a little bit more structure to compete with the barrels up ahead of him, and then he needs a square up on his right rear leg. Another really balanced, complete, productive barrow. Just need to add a little more punch up high, add a little bit more show appeal to him, but he does all the basics very well, and a barrel the young man should be proud of. Then I asked this guy if he has a purebred spot, which I assumed he was, but he's not, but nonetheless, a really balanced, complete, functional spot appearing pig. He handles himself well, very productive, just need a little bit more shape and pop up high to get any higher in this class. And I feel for this young man because he's done a great job on skin and hair, presentation, showmanship. He's just got a barrel that's pretty ouchy footed on both his front and back legs. Not much you can do to change it, so I said I feel for him because he's done a great job, but the barrel's just a little bit too much ouch today. And this young man has a very productive, I think we lost one too, very productive pig. Looks like he's grown well, just needs a little bit more shape.
Laura Michael with the first blue, Bryson Seiler with the second blue, Brett Mossman with the third blue, Travis Olson with the first red, Kendall Kappen with the second red, Leo Forstein with the third red, Jackson Peterson with the first white, Adam Mossman with the second white, and Miles Johnson with the third white. Coming into the ring now, we have our heavyweight B barrels. These hogs are ranging from 286 to 315 pounds. After this, we'll be bringing in our top 5 barrels from the eligible weight classes to select our champions.
and to keep them fresh as you get heavier. But with that said, I got a place that I feel comfortable starting with, and that's this young lady right here. Great job skin and hair. He's heavy boned. For as big as he is, he still has a good look up front. He's short-bodied, big back. If I was going to get picky, I'd like to take a little bit of depth of side off, but I think it's adequate for the weight. We're going to follow with this young lady here. Love the extra bone, the set to the rear leg, the chest. Just need to get him a little bit fresher. He's showing his age a little more. If we could get his chine to go back down a little bit, maybe shorten my rib. I think he could have took first between this pair, but a very nice barrel with some feature I really like. Young lady in third, unfortunately, has a partner that doesn't like the spotlight. Not holding that against him at all. I think it's a big back barrel that when he does go, he moves well, he's square, he's opened up. He's just not as fresh and shows the definition up high of the two barrels above him. And this young lady has a very productive barrel. Looks like he's done well. He's sound. We just needed to give a little bit more definition up high, clean him up for his front third to place him higher today. But she does an excellent job driving him. Same goes for this young man. Excellent job on showmanship. Good presentation. We just need to freshen this guy up, clean him up for his front third, and maybe add a shot of bone to get him higher, but a sound, productive, good doing kind of hog. Another barrel that kind of fits to the last two. He's sound, he's productive, he's complete. He doesn't have any major holes, but we just need to freshen him up, add a little more shape, clean him up front to get him higher in the class. Young lady does a great job driving. This young lady had another one that doesn't like the attention out here. He wanted to fight her a little bit, but lots of good here. He's probably one of the more extreme barrels for width and back shape and power, but when you step in behind him, he's just too wide. He wants to bow on both legs behind, and it hinders his movement, and I'm a structure stickler, so unfortunately, that got him where he was today. And the next two we bring out, I talked to these kids in personally on each of these pigs, but real sound, good doing, productive kind of pigs, but maybe just lack the extra bone, top shape, and show appeal above them. Great job to all these kids.
Congratulations to Taylor Laufenberg with a first blue, Macy Casper with a second blue, Julia Berg with a third blue, Adeline Bush with the fourth blue, Andrew Mossman with the first red, Patty Huber with a second red, Brody Brown with a third red, Alexa Blaken with the first white, and Rivers Johnson with a second white. In the ring now, we'll be bringing in our first and second blues from the eligible weight classes. This is the time where we'll be selecting our champions. After we complete the champion selection, we will move into our Market Swine Guild Show.
Well, let's give all these kids a round of applause. Every class I thought kind of had a different type and kind as we sorted through them, and as we pull all these 5 class winners out, I hope you can see kind of what I'm looking for, because this is actually the most consistent class we've had all day, so to speak, even though they're different weights. They're short back, they're big body, their feet and legs can handle, they can move and go, they have bone. This is a phenomenal set, and when I was asked to come judge here, I didn't expect the champion drive to look like this. This is something to be proud of, no matter what county and what state you're from. Let's give them another round of applause, and to whoever is helping these kids, great job. There's a couple that kind of stand out to me and have gone a few different places. I probably don't hold my cards super well, and you probably can figure out which of those pigs I'm considering. But as the drive wears on, and for where they are today and what I see, my favorite barrow is the young lady in the corner whose pig doesn't want to be out here anymore, but to me, he puts it together in all the right ratios, length to side, bone, back shape, look. A very impressive barrow to win this show. Congratulations to her.
Taylor.
Going to be a little bit closer in 2 and 3. Been back and forth on using both of these barrels to win. But for me, he may be a little disproportionate with side and his depth of body, and that what got him beat. But everything else about this wide belted barrow is where I'm going to go next. Love the bone, the power, the feature. Just freshen them up a little bit, and it would have been no contest there for grand overall. And we come out for third. You guys might have guessed it's going to be this young man here. A lot of things I like about the barrow. I like the short-sided, yet opened up, rib cage back. We needed to clean them up a little bit in those glands or lymph nodes or whatnot. But that's a very good hog to go third.
I mean, Brendan's going to go 1 I'll go 1 again.
Yeah, that's
like
why I'm
Taylor. So
if they are. None of them. Okay.
oh,
I kind of thought that, but I just wanted to ask. So
I thought they did. But she said no.
Yeah.
I like you. They're not. But
Next out for me is a young lady who's done a great job every time she comes in the ring, and that's the young lady with a wider belt pig. Really balanced, good bone, maybe not quite the punch the ones that have them, but a barrow I'd be proud to feed or drive.
Laura?
yeah, not ready.
Laura's not either?
So we're gonna have to bring up the other one.
Okay.
I think a case could be made for 2 barrels here for me today, or any of these really. A different judge come in here, could line them up, totally different. But for where it is to me today, the pig I like next best is a young lady with the pink stripes, big back, heavy bone, right size to win 5th overall today.
Which one of Macy's is that? Medium B. Yep.
Now, run an old barrel.
Yes. Okay, I will run the hamburger chat.
To Taylor Laufenberg, showing this year's Grand Champion barrel. Her banner was sponsored by Spring Creek Livestock. Congratulations also to Taylor, receiving this year's Reserve Champion barrel. Her banner was sponsored by Blair Meat Market. 3rd overall barrel is shown by Cole Laufenberg. His banner sponsored by Noodleland Show Feeds. 4th overall barrel was Nora Michael. Her banner was sponsored by Jackson County Farm Bureau. And 5th overall, shown by Macy Casper. Her banner was sponsored by Terry and Paula Hagan. Coming into the ring now, we will be bringing in our bred and owned market barrels for the selection of Grand and Reserve Champion bred and owned. Into the Market Swine Show for the gilts.
I love that your fair does this. We raise pigs. Our kids tend to just show everything we raise. We don't try to buy them. So I see a lot of value in programs like this to keep encouraging the youth to bring a homebred product. And 2 very good barrels. I'm going to use this young man for champion and this one for reserve. A little more product and definition up high in this barrel, but a very good pair of barrels that both young men should be proud to be driving.
Congratulations to Drew Stetzer, showing this year's Grand Champion bred and owned barrel. His plaque was sponsored by Brock and Dawn Laufenberg. Congratulations to Sean Stetzer, showing this year's Reserve Champion bred and owned barrel. His plaque was sponsored by Terry and Paula Hagan. The ring now, we will be starting with our market gilt show, and our lightweight A gilts are ranging from 178 to 208 pounds. And while we're waiting for these exhibitors to come out, I thought it'd be a great time for our Miss Jackson County and our royalty to introduce themselves and maybe give us a tip of what you love about the fair.
Use the one that I would like if I was picking a gilt to feed it at this time that had the most upside, the most potential. It's going to be this young man right here. He does an excellent job driving a pig. She's good looking, extended, she's correct, and with time she'll only get better. We're going to follow that with the young man right here in the belted pig, a pig that probably has the most shape and bone in the class. For me, he needs to square up behind at this weight because down the road will not be his friend. But today he is the second best hog out here. Third is going to be this young lady with a colorful shirt. I told her earlier I like her shirt. I remember her. Another shapely gilt, has a lot of energy and a personality, it looks like. But shapely, good built, maybe a little bit harder sided than the pigs above her, but I think a lot of good qualities. And as we move down the line here, we're going to use the belted pig next. A pig that we'd like to just change the angle a little bit, how he comes out his hip and shoulder. But a pig that has a lot of good qualities and leanness for this size. Good job. And then we're going to follow with the black pig and then the blue pig. Both pigs that are sound, correct, do the basics. We just need to see a little more width and punch compared to the ones above them.
Congratulations to Chase Campin with a first blue, Parker Blaken with a second blue, Ella Roscold with a first red, Lyric Roscold with the second red, Jackson Peterson with a first white, and Miles Johnson with a second white. Coming into the ring now, we have our lightweight bead gilts. These gilts are ranging from 210 to 222 pounds.
Do you have that paper that I was writing the test?
attractive. We need to give her a little bit more width behind and more in the seat for kids to move her up. But the guilt, I'd be proud to try if I were here. Next, we're going to have the speed racer out here with this young man. A lot of shape, a lot of go like that. You need to fix her right in her hand. Junction a little bit pinched. And if we can fill that in, we can move her up. And rounding out the class, young lady with the gilt, I'd still be dang sure proud to have be shown good shape, real balance. Need to add a little bit more bone and a little bit more punch up high. Congratulations to all the kids.
Congratulations to Alexa Blaken with a first blue, Jackson Peterson with a second blue, Bryson Seiler with a third blue, Emmett Selbar with a first red, Reese Gerke with a second red, and Leah Blaken with a first white. Coming in the ring now, we have our medium weight 8 gilts. These gilts are ranging from 232 to 242.
What are you looking for?
I found it already.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I don't check my phone.
Yeah, I'm
This young man's gilt. To me, she puts the best proportions together with length aside, with the back, curve of rib, width behind, has some bone, and can get out and move on the surface. The next two are the closest pair in the class for me, and they're the two who kind of spotted up calico-y pigs. And when it came down to it, they do a lot of things similar. Great presence, good back shape, adequate bone. This young man's gilt was just a little more opened up coming at me. And if we could change that about her, this young lady could be in the hunt higher too. Good pair of gilts, and that's how I sorted them. And then we're going to follow with the blue butt gilt over there. Good bone, good production. Need a little bit more center body, rib, and depth to move her up higher in the class. And then we're going to follow with the young man's Duroc. I understand you don't have purebred classes here. I assume he's a purebred or she's a purebred. Like the bone, the durability, and then the future that one has ahead of her. Next will be the young lady's black pig. Good center, adequate shape. Just need to stouten her up at the ground on up to place her higher, and kind of same story with the young man's thin belted gilt. Need to add some more center ribs, some middle depth aside, and I'd like to stouten her up between the eyes, but a very sound, good doing pig that appears to have a lean cut ability as well.
Okay, so hold on. I'm pretty sure.
Bryson Seiler with the first blue, Jay Setzer with the second blue, Aubrey Forstein with the third blue, Andrew Mossman with the first red, Rivers Johnson with the second red, Amara Strepp with the first white, and Tate Yesky with the second white. Coming in the ring now, we'll have our medium weight B gilts. These gilts are ranging from 246 to 266 pounds.
Should have been a red.
to put together here. Good pigs, but they come in very different packages. And I'm gonna go back to my first gut instinct, and that's the young lady's belted hog. I like the extra feature. Look up front. She's short backed. Has a good amount of shape for this size. I do like the hair, not that that matters, but good job, young lady, with the presentation and the job at home. I'm gonna follow with the spotted gilt, the calico. If we could relax her in her rear pasterns, I think she could run away with the class, but she wants to stay a little too rigid there for this judge, but put together bone look. She's got a good skull, plenty of shape down her top. Very nice gilt the young man should be proud of. Tamworth appearing gilt, maybe it's a purebred, I don't know. Appreciate her for her soundness, athleticism. She's clean fronted. She's got a really big back, and you don't notice it as much till you get right on top of her. She's just as big up high as some of these other crossbred gilts in the class. The next two can come out. They're a pair for me, and no matter what was going to happen, they had to kind of stick together. I like the productivity. I like a lot of things about him. Just for this judge today, we need to get him a little bit cleaner fronted for this weight. Freshen him up a little bit. I went with a taller fronted one there to start with, followed by the one that's a little thicker fronted up, but a very close pair with a lot of things you can appreciate on. Young lady does a great job showing this blue butt. As I told her, we just need to add some more center body and cage to this guy and maybe jack him up front a little bit. Very well presented gilt here. Not sure, she's just not feeling it today, but she's a little slower and pokier. We need to drop some more center in her and rib cage and forerib, and that just might not be. She's eating the greatest here at the show, but a lot of good things. Good bone, good look, good elevation. You can bring. In the bottom, I talked to both these kids, but just change a few things. There's good look to this sparrow. Bone is adequate. Shape is appropriate. We just need to add some more body, center rib cage, and maybe shorten him a little bit. And the young lady with the wide belt, if we could add some more bone and something into the skull, we could maybe move him up. Appreciate the productivity and growth this one has.
Congratulations to Bryson Seiler with a first blue. Oh, sorry, wrong class. Here we go. Jordan Olson with the first blue. Leo Forstein with the second blue. Chase Campen with the third blue. Sean Stetzer with the fourth blue. Jay Stetzer with the fifth blue. Adeline Bush with the first red. Tanner Bew with the second red. Grant Ruzick with the first white. And Elizabeth Scallett with a second white. Coming in the ring now, we will have our heavyweight A gilts. These gilts are ranging from 268 to 280 pounds.
Like a lot about this bluegill, he does a great job skin and hair. You can tell he's been worked with. I like the extra rib cage this one has. Off to the side, has a good bend to the rear leg, square. My problem with hers, I just want to change her for their front third. Clean her up in her crest, lengthen her out, and clean her up in her jowl. She's probably a little over conditioned for her ideal, but a lot of things that put together in a good package. This one is actually very similar type and kind to the gilt we just talked about, bone, body, width, need to trim it up, and that one has an advantage in elevation over this pig, but a very close pair. Young lady does a nice job with this belted gilt. Just need to give her some more rib cage, depth of forerib to balance her up, but a sound, good bone, attractive gilt. The young lady's done a great job with. I told the young man this is probably the best pigmented pig we have all day. He put his work in at home and it shows. I like how well presented she is. We just need to level her off in her hip, give her a little bit more body to balance today. But a lean pig that puts together a lot of positive. The young man does a great job, and we could change her a little bit. She's a little, as I call, bubbly butt or too round behind. Would help her balance a little bit better too. Young lady does a great job showing well-presented pig. We just need to balance it better with more body for the frame size and length of body he has. But a good pig I'd be proud of. This young man does a great job. Really balanced pig. There's not a bad pig in this class. I like them all the way down. Different classes would have a different story for this young man, but I like the balance of this pig. She just doesn't come with the extras in the shape of a hide that some of the pigs above her have. Great job to all these young exhibitors.
Congratulations to Nora Michael with a first blue, Travis Olson with a second blue, Cole Laufenberg with a third blue, Kendall Campen with a first red, Adeline Bush with a second red, Oakley Settlebar with a third red, Patty Huber with a first white, and Drew Stetzer with a second white. Coming into the ring now, we have our heavyweight beat gilts. These gilts are ranging from 287 to 297 pounds. After this, we'll be bringing back our first and second blues from each of the eligible weight classes for selection for champions.
What a great way to end out the day with these gilts. You got 3 very nice gilts on the top and all the way down to me, all the way down the line. But to me, there is one that puts the most ESTs, the most bone. She's wide, she's square, she's big backed with a good look. And that's this young lady's white gilt. And I don't care if it's a market show or a breeding show, this gilt can handle some heat. Gets a little closer here for 2 and 3. I'm going to pick the Berkshire appearing gilt. She is so sound on the profile for that breed, if she is purebred or not. She's trim or fronted. Again, breeding or market, this is a very high quality gilt. And don't want to take anything away from the gilt in 3 here. Probably as much shape up high as anyone. But what hurts her for me today is how she handles and travels out of her rear third. She wants to get a little steeper in that hip and duck a little bit behind on the go. But a lot of great qualities in this gilt. Young lady does a great job driving this black gilt. Lots of power, bone, the right proportions. For me, she's just a little over-conditioned. We need to trim her up through her front third to give her a little bit more fresh appearance. Young man does a great job too. More look here than the gilt ahead of her. Not quite as much shape. When she gets out and goes, she puts together everything real well. We need to stouten her up through her skull and maybe change her length aside a little to have her balance. But a very nice gilt, good bone. Probably has a good future as a breeding gilt if they choose to go that route afterwards. This gilt is, again, a lot of product. She's square, big back, robust in her rib. She needs to be trimmed up through her front third, freshened up a little bit. She's a little over-conditioned today. This guy was playing Ring Around the Rosie with me for a little bit out here trying to get behind him, but very nice gilt, really stout skull. Just need to get a little leaner and more shape up high and jack it up at the point of shoulders a bit, go higher. And we round out the class with a young man that does an excellent job, very productive oriented gilt, sound, just needs a little bit more bone and power to place better in this class today.
Congratulations to Taylor Loffer with a first blue, Emma Cabin with a second blue, Morgan Berg with a third blue, Julia Berg with a first red, Rhett Mossman with a second red, Leah Blaken with a third red, Reese Skirky with a first white, and Miles Johnson with a second white. In the ring now, we'll be bringing our first and second blues from the eligible weight classes for Grand and Reserve 3rd, 4th, and 5th champions. After the champion selection, we'll move into Grand and Reserve champion Brennan Owen Market Gilt. And then we will be moving into senior showmanship, followed by intermediate and beginning.
I won't get long on the mic, but a lot of kids come here, or maybe you were once a kid and you wanted a banner, and banners are great, but we got to remember that in the end, the banners or awards, whatever they are, don't matter. And I challenge you guys, they do matter, but in the end, I'm going to challenge you guys to two things. You have a homework assignment. The first one is to thank somebody. Thank mom, dad, grandpa, and grandma, a mentor, whoever helped you get here today. Say thanks. I appreciate what you've done. Thank the show staff, the volunteers, because these shows don't happen without the people that are back here in dedicated time to get everything going today and everything's run smoothly. Thirdly, thank a sponsor. Sponsors, the ones that donate, these shows wouldn't go on. I'm involved in a lot of shows back home, and it's hard to get the funds sometimes, so make sure you thank them. Personally thank them, sit down and write a handwritten thank you card. It goes a long, long ways to showing appreciation. And your second assignment is to be kind. This world needs more kindness in the ring, in school, when you're grown-ups, at your job. And when I said banners in the end don't matter, they're important. But what matters the most and more than banners is your character, and how you treat others is completely within your own control. So be kind. If you see somebody, another exhibitor needing help, help them. If you see somebody that needs to be a friend, go be a friend to them. You never know when a little bit of kindness can make a difference in the life of somebody else. So that's it for your homework. There's no test scores. Extra credit, though, if you do more than one thank you. So with that, you guys can fire them up. Great set of gilts. Maybe not as consistent as our barrel drive, but for me, there is an easy winner, a gilt that's pretty special in a lot of ways, and that's the white gilt out of our heavy class. Love the profile, the bone, the look, the proportions. Very, very good animal. This young lady's done a great job with a pig that's not had the best personality, and very different than our champion in Type and Kind. But I love the bone, how sound this one is, her extension, her skull. There's a lot of neat things about this gilt, and those pieces keep having me coming back to her, and she will be reserved. Next out the gate, a young lady with an off belt here in the floral shirt, puts a lot of things together for Mark Gilt. I like big back, short body, good bone, good look. Good job, young lady. Woo! Next out is going to be a gilt, and I'm going to have to find out after the show if she's a purebred or not, because she is very good for that breed if she is, and if she's not, she still deserves to be next out. Love the profile, this one, feet and legs, how sound and correct she is. Maybe not the punch-up high of some of the more markety ones above her, but a gilt that definitely deserves to hang a banner today. And for 5th overall, I think this gilt wants out, so we better let her go. So just kidding. She's the one I was going to use next. Big back, good bone, maybe not quite as fluid moving off her rear end as the ones above her, but she is my next best favorite.
Let me find it over here. To Taylor Laufenberg, showing this year's Grand Champion Market Gilt. Her banner was sponsored by Spring Creek Livestock. Congratulations to Nora Michael, showing this year's Reserve Champion Market Gilt. Her banner was sponsored by Hannah and Miranda. Congratulations to Jordan Olson, showing this year's 3rd overall Market Gilt. His banner sponsored by Game Day Show Pigs. Congratulations to Emma Kappen, showing this year's 4th overall Market Gilt. Her banner sponsored by Campin Farms. Congratulations to Travis Olson, showing this year's 5th overall Market Gilt. His banner sponsored by Kling Show Pigs. Coming in the ring now, we will be bringing in our Bred and Owned gilts. And this will be for selection of Grand and Reserve Champion. Into Senior Showmanship.
I like that our numbers doubled from the last Bred and Owned, but that makes my job a little harder because last time everybody got a trophy. So with that, I'm going to use the young man's blue gilt. He'll to win. The balance is the best for me. Runs uphill, good feet and legs, a very complete gilt. And we're going to follow that up with the young lady's belted one here. Heavy bone, big back, handles the big joints big bone well on the move. So congratulations.
Congratulations to Sean There's showman out in the ring right now. There's 2 heats, and how it will work is she'll select her top exhibitors out of each heat, and then she'll bring back those top placings for the final selection for senior showman.
there's younger exhibitors, I always tell my kids, go watch the older group or younger group, depending on what the order is, and get a taste for what the judge likes. See what you can pick up, because showmanship is, I love showmanship. Our family is a big showmanship family, but it's very subjective. And my type is not going to be last year's type, as in 5 years from now type. It changes. But starting with the seniors, you guys did a great job. There's a lot of honorable mentions. I understand we picked. And my champion today is going to be somebody who has the presence, the eye contact. They're intense. They have composed. They're doing little things like switching the whip from hand to hand, little details. There was a point where the partner got a little outie, but this young lady right here with the belted barrel is going to be my champion. And I know maybe it doesn't have to deserve, but this young man is going to be a close second. I love his calm composure, him and his team with the time in it coming in the chairs. It shows.
I guess we have to place you guys.
to Julia Brown being this year's top senior showman. Her belt buckle was sponsored by Jackson County Junior Livestock Sale Committee. For senior showman, our reserve showman was Drew Spencer. And in third place was Macy Casper. Congratulations to all senior exhibitors. In the ring now, we have our intermediate showman. We'll move into our beginning showman, which will be broken into 2 heats, ran similar to what we